the alpha and everything, like you can still lose. Like you can lose on winners. So it's like, bro, like obviously these guys are doing something. Like there's another way to win. Like meme consider a video game. Like you have like your tools. Like they can give you better scans, better alpha, like more speed, all that. But I mean, I want to play the game like the way it's supposed to make you win. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I found like we're 29, and then I found your channel like an interview. I was like, oh my god, they're talking about bundling because I tried to bundle like I don't know start of last year, and I actually got scammed because he wasn't like a real bundler. So they just took my soul, and the guy was talking to me, but then like he opened the soul to the stuff, and then like you wouldn't be able to use it.
Yeah.
So I was just like manually with some friends trying to buy from a side wallets and all of that. I
What?
actually
Yeah.
I got burned quite bad. Um,
Oh my goodness.
like one time trying to like manually do like so many side wallets that at some
Yeah.
point like I kind of lost track of how deep I was.
Oh
That
shit.
even if the chart was going up, like I was still on the real.
Really? What bundler did you use?
No, I wasn't bundling. I was just like
Oh,
manually like I was just like that was like pre bubble
manual.
maps and all that shit. Yeah, so I was just like trying to
Okay,
move the
welcome to
line a
the
little
jungle.
bit and just like because I remember I was in the VC with some guy and he was like, well, you know, if we hit like 25K market cap, I'll stay up and I'll still chilling.
From ByteDance
So I just like
Duck
grabbed some
lots of buzz
Solana
around
from
this
other
one.
side, started buying from
Absolutely.
side while it's like one soul buy, one soul buy, one soul buy. It's like, oh fuck yeah, I gotta stay now. Like just hyping it all night, but then like the thing just like stalled and I was like, oh shit, I'm so deep right now. And then I had to like move
Wow.
everything, sell because it was just dead. I was like, I took a heavy loss there, but I was like, bro, I need to learn how to do this properly. Then yeah, I found your
Right.
channel when you're talking about like bundles, like, oh my god, yeah, there's proper tools that you can actually use. And then like I saw like the way like
Yeah.
you onboarded on the calls with him like is it's a fun game because then it's like the tools but it also like kind of psychology and the narrative that you put into people's eyes and make them want to buy and I really enjoy all that. Love
Yeah.
the
Absolutely.
trenches, so I'm excited on these. Like I was in terms of like actually bundling
Uh huh.
um completely new to that. Like I mean the only
Okay.
thing that I knew was like fucking slurf tools, like the buy and launch like simultaneous, but that like gets detected by
Right.
bubble maps. Didn't really use it. But I'm actually cooking a launch.
Okay.
I was actually looking at some videos and something that you mentioned was that, you know, like how if you learn this skill, you pretty much can use it as a business. And it's
Yeah.
funny because it kind of happened to me like before I even tried to do it because of like my other like let's say job like in skillful like I've also met like a lot of KOLs and
Uh
events
huh.
and stuff like that, so I have their contacts. And the guy was like they reached me out for a pre-sale. I
Okay.
was like, all right, let's do it. And then it's like, oh, the dev doesn't want to launch, but like, can you help me with that? I don't know how to do this. Like, I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll figure it out. So just
Yeah.
like, like actually that day is when you put in your Coinwave video.
Yeah.
Um, and I saw they had like a trial, so I just like got on the rental,
Nice.
got on the Discord. I didn't even know what the fuck like a node was. Like I just opened the software. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like a link for what, bro? And then I was just like in their Discord asking questions, looking online, kind of set it all up. I started like testing and all that. Pretty much like sold your entire YouTube pretty much. And now like you know, like last week when I made a ticket, just like now actually in the course setting the one-on-one. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually have like quite a fucking cook planned. It hasn't launched. It's probably gonna be like another week really.
Okay.
Because one of the biggest KOLs that we have for that is
Right.
Books. Have you seen this guy? Books is like Doc One on on Twitter. Let me
No. Send that over to me. I'll check it out.
Doc One. Yeah, I'll send you the link. He's doing a mint right now on Solana
Okay.
for an NFT. So we're just waiting on that to end. So
Okay.
he's gonna push us, but I have like quite a few big KOLs on board
Okay.
already. So I'm like, well, in the meantime, I'll just pretty much set up like this bundling thing like properly because I
Okay.
know we can send this coin to the multi-millions just by the just because of the colors that we already have. So yeah, I'm excited, looking forward to it. Like, and actually, I'm kind of happy it got delayed a little bit, so I have like more time. For example, have this one-on-one,
Uh huh.
finish the course, make sure the settings are
Yeah.
are done there, and then yeah, have this good going.
Okay. Cool. Now, are you gonna like launch on a particular bundler? Like, do you already have one?
I've been using Coinwave
Oh wait.
at the
Okay. Okay.
moment.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I know.
I was using the rental. Though right now I don't have it, but I will just pay the rental right now. I was just waiting again for the launch. Because I've renewed it like 3 times already, thinking
Oh,
like, oh, we're gonna launch today, we're gonna launch today. And then like something happens, something happens. I was like,
oh,
all right, yeah, let me just wait until we actually launch,
mhm.
and then
Gotcha. And this is specifically for that books project you're talking about?
yeah,
The book.
exactly.
Nice.
For that
Nice.
cook, yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool, cool. So you're gonna be the specific like CT launching it like it's a fake CTO, right?
Well, it's gonna be like from zero.
Hmm.
Like I'll be pretty much like the dev of the project.
Oh, you're deving it. So
Just
you're
like
gonna actually have the dev wallet in there?
yeah, like I'll cook everything from the start. Like I'll be like the dev. I'll launch the coin, and then they're
Okay.
gonna be promoting it for me, and I'll just like corner some of the
Oh,
supply and divide
dope.
with like some people from like the pre-sale and give to the KOLs and all that. But I pretty much I'm gonna be in the front seat here deving this stuff.
Oh, that's dope. So, in reality, here, this specific like books here, are they already developed this a whole entirety like whole like 3.4K membership already pre-existing without you, and they're just looking for your help to develop the coin?
That's a different thing. So like the main that they're doing,
Uh huh.
it's separate. It's a separate thing. Like we're just being delayed on the meme coin launch because like he's doing that. But Books is not really behind this launch. Like he's gonna be one of the KOLs that we got. I'm talking with another KOL called Samaris, and he's the one that is gonna launch this with me. And he got Books as one of the callers, but there's
Okay.
like a few different KOLs there. So like yeah, I'll just like get like my supply and like Samara's supply, and then like we send some to the KOLs also, and a few pre-sellers that we got. But yeah, we don't have like that mint that guy Books is doing is not really related. We're just waiting for that to end so we can actually promote this without like it clashing.
Okay, so
But
they're gonna be kind of like helping out with as far as promotion.
yeah, they're just like KOLs for the project pretty much.
Cool. And then
But
you gotta send them the supply, or are they gonna buy in with to the project?
we're gonna send it to them.
Okay. That
I think some of them will also buy on public wallets after a while,
sure.
but like we send them the soul.
That's good
This
old
is a
incentive to at least call it.
yeah, exactly. And this site that I just sent you is like the I just made this with AI. That's gonna be the coin that we're gonna be doing. And I'm not a dev at all. Like I don't know how to code. I just pretty much got AI to make this for me.
That's cool.
It's like an overlay thing, so people put in their PFP and they got like the keffiyeh, like their Arab hats on top of it, and kind of like a mask thing, like with the
Yeah.
mask meme coin that they had, like they put in a mask, so, something like this. This is gonna be the meme coin that we're launching.
That's so funny. I'm just realizing the domain that says one soul dot funds. So it's like even if this project doesn't work, you can just backslash it to another project.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually funny story because I got the domain just to fucking troll a friend IRL because he was being like so annoying. He's like an army friend going into crypto stuff, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, so I know about the price of shit." It's like, bro, like, and then he was like trying to track my wallets and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And another friend in comment tells him like, you know what, like you shouldn't be tracking that man's wallets. You're gonna wake up with like a
صاحبي
sniper
كلمني
pointing at
وقال لي
your face
نجاني
or
ورايح
something.
النص.
And I got this domain and made like a whole entire site that
Wow.
looked like an FBI type of website,
Mhm.
and I made like this whole like AI persona, like he was being investigated because like he was being like in contact with a wallet that was like being investigated for some malicious activity and blah 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 blah. Pretty much I made like entire site on that domain, sending like an official PDF, got an
Yeah.
American number, sending him all this stuff. And then pretty much got him to the point that he agreed to be called via phone because he needed to be interrogated. It's like you're not being accused,
Wow.
but you're into investigation. I just called him and they just started laughing on his face.
That's
It's like, let
funny.
this be a lesson. Yeah.
Right. Right. Exactly. Nice. So, you throw out this project dev in it. Boom, you got the actual website set up alongside with the KOLs that are they basically going to be getting the same reply, or are they basically competing with each other?
I'm not entirely sure how much supply they have. I think it depends on each KOL. Like some of them have like more than others.
Yeah.
Um, Books is probably the one that's going to have the most because that's an entire team.
Right.
and then one of them like might have like one soul, two soul. Books is like six, but that's like not just him. There's like a lot of people there,
Got
so we're
it.
trying to get like at least 30% of the supply out. I would hope at the
30,
initial bundle.
30% of supply would be give or take about 30 to 40 Solana.
All right.
Yeah, about 20. Well, actually, no, I get that. Take it back. About 20 to 30 Solana. Yeah, 20 to 30 Solana will be about 30% supply. Now, question I have for you though is, so boom, you get the supply. Now, are you planning on paying for decks like like right away, or are you gonna do that like in migration, or what's the plan on that?
Um, I was thinking on maybe doing it right away, just to I guess incentivize people to get in, make it bond quickly. Because some of
Yeah,
these KOLs they have like such a big following that they might just be promoting it at a higher market cap rather than oh look at this
yeah,
pump fund I just found. It's likely like it's like already migrated, maybe close to a million market cap,
right. Well, I'm gonna
and
tell you
then they
something
want
though.
to promote. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one of the most important parts about this particular process is to make sure that the mixer is working appropriate. So when you do begin the bundle process, Bubble Maps first of all shows up nicely now. I had a
Mhm.
project and it was just like I was kind of bummed out, but at the end of the day, it was like it is what it is. Like I spent like so much time and energy on this one particular project, and then the day that I literally launch it, out of all days, Bubble Maps decides to do an update, and
Oh yeah, that was last week. That almost happened to me.
yeah,
We were gonna launch the day. And then I saw like a message on Coinwave's Discord that says like, oh, like they patched that thing. I was like, oh fuck. And then I did a test
yeah,
and it showed up. I was like, oh god. We would have
yeah.
launched if it wasn't because of that. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, man. I did a launch. It went to 30K. Could have went to like 300K if I had appropriate,
Yeah.
mapping. But be aware of that because you might be in a situation where if it does happen to you, my recommendations is just to call the launch off for another day. To be honest with you, because
Yeah.
it way makes some more sense, especially if you already have the communication with those calls. They're only gonna trust you one time unless you're gonna have to go with somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, that's
They're,
I
they're
was
like,
I
no,
was
this guy
looking
doesn't
at
know
the
what he's
dis
doing. But in reality, you know what you're doing. It's just fucking bone maps
yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember I ran like three tests on Coinwave. I was just like testing each tool and all that. And then it's like, all right, everything ready to launch. And I see that, and I'm like, oh fuck me. And I do a quick test on like just like I don't know some random coin, and I see that it's detecting it. I'm like, oh fucking hell! And I call it off.
Yeah,
I said like,
yeah.
oh, they're gonna release an update like tomorrow. Let's wait. And then like, well, it clashed with the mint, so now we're waiting until the mint happens.
So there's
To do it
basically
again.
two main things that we have to essentially keep our eyes on. The first thing, of course, is the bubble maps, right? The second thing, however, is the inside distribution on Bullets specifically, or Axiom.
Mhm.
You can look at the inside holder percentage. So theoretically, when you do your bundles, ideally you probably want to make it so that the first the 20 to 30 wallets are taking up between like point 20 to point 40, like no 111 soul buys, because what happens is though theoretically your bubble maps looks clean, the however the bubble on the distribution as far as the inside holders looks fucked up though, and people won't full buy on that. So the better thing to do is to distribute more wallets with Solana, and essentially just minor buys are better than just a big old one souls or 20 buys in the beginning, because it just doesn't work like that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And then like yeah, it's just like the top 10 is like 50% of the supply and it looks fucked. Or like a lot of them are snipers. Um yeah, I know like the people at trench a lot because I've been I mean sometimes I'm like what the fuck's wrong with me? You're spending way too much time just like looking at this shit. Like
Yeah.
I can pick up on those red flags. So I've been burning coins like that.
Well, you know
So I
what
was
I think.
actually thinking yeah.
I was gonna say that, something that you could potentially do as well is do a launch and then essentially wait, let's say, well, first of all, you launch and you sell the dev immediately, but the whole idea is
Yeah.
just you're trying to just take out all the snipers, any type of people out. But then what you theoretically could do is you could do like a slow build up. Like you theoretically with your bundler can still set it up for like, let's say for example, 75,000 delay, which essentially is like 75 seconds. And then you can like sparse it out to like, let's say, I don't know, 15 minutes. So every 75 seconds to 15 minutes comes in like, let's say 0.25 a buy, small buy. And doing
Mhm.
that over amount, and yes, it's like that means that you're thinking I'm launching tomorrow. You already launched yesterday, but really it's buying up the supply really slow, so it doesn't set off any
Mhm.
triggers. And at the same time, once you're ready to send to the KOLs, then you buy back into the dev, and then you basically reverse engineer everything you would have done, but it just takes a lot more time. And then you have a clean project you can send to the coals because it's been slow cook up.
Mm.
That's really
Honestly,
I think the best thing to do because you're no pressure. You don't got to worry about, oh, I gotta do this. Everything was already done the day beforehand. You were just buying into position like a robot, literally over like a course of 1 to 3, 4 hours. Small buys that are coming in out of nowhere.
okay, that makes sense. I see what you mean. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it looks more organic and all like, oh, they just launched this and this like this
Yeah, because
giant
then
dildo.
exactly, and then it's on top of that, you got to realize that the Coles are going to then look at you like, oh, not only does he know what he's doing, but I can actually use him for other products because this thing was out for fucking 12 hours already.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, I was now that you mentioned that's kind of like the doubts I had regarding this launch because
Yeah,
obviously I know there's like the safe mode, and they just like you pretty much try to buy on block zero,
yeah,
but then like depending on your node speed and all that, like you might still get sniped. And I know
yeah,
something that I saw in the course is that if you obviously have like more, let's say, data on the coin, like you have a community and then you have a website and all that, like snipers are more incentivized
yes,
into
that's correct.
into buying that. It's like pretty much like the hook for them. Like you're fishing for snipers. That's pretty much how
Yeah,
you bring them in. So that's something I was wondering on because like obviously I would like to put in like the site and the community there. So like the people that do come see it, like the normal people are like, oh,
yeah,
this looks like a legit one. But then like it would have the snipers. So I guess
yeah,
with a slow build up, that might be a good thing. And then
yeah.
just do like a bigger buy on the dev wallet and then like just flush them out and start like buying um slowly. The only thing is like, is there like a chance to prevent like if I do like that like rinse, this rinsing of the initial snipers? Like some people might like front run the entire bundle.
Well, I mean, if you're in the mindset of bundling in like with 20 plus wallets in the beginning without any type
Mhm.
of safe mode, then yeah, of course, because you're sending volume. There's always possibility. What happens usually, and that happened multiple times in my launches, is they'll
Mhm.
come in and they'll essentially try to take about $100 to $200 worth of profit, and then they'll leave. So your bundles come
Mhm.
in, and theoretically you should be coming in at a negative, and very minimum like -2%, 3 4%, but instead of you coming in at -10 because they came in between those bundles and sold already. Um,
All right.
so, but I mean, that's the whole thing is if you do it the other way that I was talking about, though, you never have to worry about that because what happens is as a slow build up, you got like for example, this is hypothetically speaking, right? Let's say if you did like 30 soul buy, I mean 30 soul is the bundle package, right? And let's just say you did a cookie
Mhm.
where you launched your project and you slowly built up the floor, small wallets, and then let's say all of a sudden someone was like, what's this? And put like 4 soul, 3 soul, 2 soul. Well, guess what?
Mhm.
The project has never hit Dex, and that no paid has been having, no KOL knows about it whatsoever. You have an option
Yeah.
to then there make profit right there and just dump on them, or you can just wait and not put any more soul in it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he leaves, and then boom, continue your process. Because at that way, you own the game. You literally can do this if you want. You get to the point where you get so good where you'll have 5 teams waiting for contracts that you're cooking up 3 days beforehand.
Mm. I see it. I see it. I like that. I like that slow cook up thing because
Yeah, it's
there was a
controlled.
friend that did some.
I'm gonna tell you
They
what
did
happened,
something
man.
similar like last year and it worked
Yeah.
nice.
You know what happened is so I got this from one of the best cookers and the DeFi. He's actually one of the CEOs of Penguin Tools, and he says people who
Nice.
literally are real cookers, like even though they offer volume bots, they don't use volume. People who really cook don't use volume bots because they're already
Mm.
gonna get, like you said, they're gonna give the supply to a KOL. They're gonna present a project that looks like a great graph already, great chart, so that way when they
Mhm.
do send it, no one can look at the KOL badly. That's all.
Exactly. No, and that's important because on this one, it's not like a cook that I can just go and go on the bundle and go like click sell all and just like destroy the chart because then there's
Yeah,
like some reputation involved with the KOLs and the contacts and
right.
stuff. So it's like for the exit, even that like it needs to be clean. Also, like we need to like we can farm
Yes,
it and all that. Like it's exit slowly, but it's
right.
not like one that I can just like go and just immediately dump. Like like a quick migration
Yeah.
and I'm out. Um.
Well, that's the thing
So
too.
yeah, I
Once
get.
you're fully into position, right? Once you're fully
Mhm.
into position, and before you even given over the supply, you probably would pay for decks at that point, and then it's pretty much a solidification of like, here you go, like you're tying up your shoelaces, in a sense, you know?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So slow build up, then get the entire bundle in
Yep, and no volume needed, and everything else is pretty much exit.
and get decks after. All right.
Yeah, you
So
just
you'd say
basically just
what,
yeah.
like I do it like the same day as the launch, just like 4 hours later before like we even announce to anyone.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, the thing about it is people it depends on the launch, but if people are already presumptively waiting for it, it might be the
Mhm.
best bet option to try to do it the day or the day 2 days before. And the reason why I say that is because you might get yourself in a situation where you want to do 20 soul buy. You've done like 3 hours of building up this floor of 12 soul.
Mhm.
All of a sudden someone comes in with 3 or 4. There's nobody in the whitelisted wallets. So you might be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and profit off of them, and then I'm gonna rebuild it because at the end of the day, you're not harm, no harm, no foul. So you give yourself
Yeah.
more time, then they're just gonna continue to see that someone is farming this particular project, and every time that it goes up, it goes down. So they're not gonna invest into it until all of a sudden it's paid. It's too late.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, Let me just because I want to check on the bundler here. I'm gonna pay the rental right now, real quick, just to ask you something directly for when I was seeing it. Um, it's pretty much like just the type of bundle that I would use on this one because they're safe, and then I remember there were like two other modes for like this like on a more. I think one of them was to not block zero, but like as quick as possible, and then the last option was like I guess this one where you can do like the delays, right?
That's
I
correct.
just forgot the name um on that. So you just do like 75,000 it was like 7.5 seconds pretty much all the way to like 15-minute one.
Uh, Sorry, say that last part of you were breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. So 7.5 seconds, like the
Uh-huh.
minimum delay, and then max delay like 15 minutes, right?
Oh, right, right.
Okay, let me see. Let me just try to get in the bundle now.
So yeah, that would happen theoretically. You could do a multi buy. And that multi buy, you would set up your actual delay on the walls on how long they all came in at. Or better yet, what you could do is you could do this. You could do two folders, two groups, since you're using CoinWave, and then
mhm,
the first two folders are going to be one is the dev, one sniper, right? And
mhm,
then from that point on, you start the product. The product starts, boom, you immediately will kill the dev wallet, and then also you could probably keep the sniper if you wanted there in there because it comes in literally in block zero. Now, from that point on, you could generate your bowl maps real quick and see where you're at, make sure everything's clean, and then
mhm.
after that, and then once that happens, and as long as you're the person that's on, the floor and the bottom, you can start to slowly buy into it. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. But you can also use create bundle. There's a button in there that says create bundle when you actually create an actual token. So you can use this button to actually bundle into other projects that are not even yours as well. So when you click on create
Oh
bundle,
yeah,
you see that? And so when you
yeah,
click
yeah.
on that, what happens essentially is it'll allow you to basically do the same thing that you were going to do presumptively, but this time you're just doing the bundle in the actual live contract. However, now you get to set up where if it's going to be a delay of say 10 seconds or 15 minutes or whatever it may be. So you can when you do it, it's just on auto go. And
I
then every
see.
wallet comes in, in a different number. And you got to remember too, technically speaking, that's green candles going up individually rather than just one big candle.
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to work, and that's one of my questions. Because to be honest, like if I see a big green candle, I immediately think bundle. Like just because I've been
Yeah.
burning it past. Like even like I'm not talking about the going to trench bot and see if there's an actual bundle thing. Like oh yeah, this is going to rape me,
Yeah.
pretty much. So I wanted to do like individual thing. How much you reckon I should do like per wallet? Because I know in the bundle you can go and do like individual amounts for each wallet, and something that I wanted to focus on is that, well, I don't want to
I
have
got an
like a lot
idea
of
for you.
supply in one wallet by accident. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a totally cool idea. So this is something that I don't know if well, I know that I talked to them about it, but I don't know if they're fully integrated in yet. But however, there is a workaround. So since you are working with KOLs, right?
Mhm,
It's probably best if you want to continue working with them.
mhm.
Somehow, and I can show you how to do this. We need to whitelist their wallets, so you'll have their public key, and essentially how that works is your sales theoretically can be set up so that way you don't affect their particular wallets in a way completely. I mean, like you might affect it through somebody else's, selling on top of them, but at least it won't ever trigger off of theirs. You know what I'm saying? So you can use Vortex to do
Mhm.
so. They have a smart selling situation. So you import those private keys into Vortex. You could set up the
Uh-huh.
smart selling functionality on there. And what it does is it will take all the wallets that it considers as not whitelisted wallets, and anytime a non-whitelisted wallet comes in, it'll automatically do a particular percentage sale off of that particular not whitelisted
Oh,
wallet. Yeah.
oh, that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I think I did a whole video kind of showing this. Let me see if I can find it so you can just get like a full on 4K example. Hold on, I'm gonna go on my YouTube real quick and find it.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Oh shit, I just tried to buy to what the fuck? They took my Solana and now it's
Oh,
not showing my license. The Coinwave thing, the
oh,
rental. I was buying it to get on this. Just I don't know. I click continue and I was not there anymore.
oh. Did you buy the lesson? Did you buy the like?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess with the transaction I can go to their Discord.
Oh, okay. Um,
Yeah, because I've done it in the past, but never really happened that I sent the money and then nothing happened. I just didn't get the email. It's weird.
and so did you? Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, let me go look at something real quick here. I just sent you a video, by the way.
Oh, Vortex, yes.
Yeah, so that has the smart selling functionality on it. If you want to check that
So
out.
should I do this separately to the Coinwave thing?
Yeah,
Okay, so like I do the bundle on Coinwave and then this is just something that I set up like on the side that is like an automatic seller pretty much.
that's correct.
Okay,
Yep.
nice. Nice, nice.
Yep. And I give you the pros and cons on that, but it's about a 20-minute almost video and it kind of goes deep into everything. But if you have any questions, of course, just let me know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure I will because no, that concept is quite nice. I didn't know that was possible. Like besides just like you keeping track of everything manually
Yeah, I mean, I feel
and
like
then
that, with the help of the KOLs, you're going to be able to have a pretty good market cap. I'm expecting you to hopefully hit at least minimum 125K, a minimum,
yeah,
I've been in situations, and I can only tell you by just case study, honestly, that there's been guys I've been with, they're devs, for example, and this is the craziest thing ever. Like, there's a guys that literally came to me from TikTok, and they've had 2 million followers literally on their cat page at that. It's like a cat meme page, right? And they come to
yeah,
me because they see me as the bundle guy teacher, and they're like, all right, well, everybody's basically coming into our world, stealing our like content and then making it coins, and we don't know how to profit off it. We don't know what to do. Like, can you help us make it into a
yeah,
coin? So I've seen guys literally with 2 million followers only make it to 80K and then dump to 5K, which will tell you, to be honest with you, that tells you that and honestly too, if they were real followers, like he would drop, content and 20, 30,000, impressions. So what it tells you is the market is not as necessarily manipulated, or really not necessarily manipulated, but basically like dependable on the follower count of a non crypto market, because literally his follower count is just
yeah,
people that just love memes, not to invest in memes. It's two different stories, right? So now, since you have the KOLs, that covers all your tracks. They are the ones that have people that syndicate to them because they are investors of the memes. So as long as you make them happy, then you should be set.
yeah.
And then the basic, if you
That's
think about
crazy.
it really quick, just
$2 million to 80K, bro. What the fuck?
yeah, and if you really, really think about it, once you have so many different KOLs on the project, the first initial ones obviously are alpha. Those all the ones that are basically throwing calls later down in the market caps are basically competing. You know, like you don't know them, they don't know you. They just called it to their group and they grabbed a whole bunch of supply. So it's just competition on competition there. You know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to get to. Because my plan is, well, these one that I'm kind of working on right now to do this like initial launch. Let's say we already have planned like two more launches after this. So already talking like about like, all right, so in this launch we'll keep
Yeah.
like X amount of the profit
Yeah.
for like the next one. So we'll get like at least these types of KOLs and we'll have like that ready. So like
Yeah.
I put in like the initial liquidity to buy the the bundle pretty
Right.
much.
Right.
He gets the KOLs, and the idea is just to pretty much keep the machine going with like one launch from the next one and all that, but
Nice.
also like build a relationship with the KOLs.
Yeah.
So we have like already like a like a network of people that we can like already tap to, right? Like make this like the
Yeah.
weekly runner or something.
I was gonna give you another helpful set of advice here too that'll make it even more higher market caps for you, more than I think 125K. So
Mhm.
considering that you just told me that you are going to dev this project, which I believe that means to me too that the dev wallet will be, 1-2%, whatever it may be in there, right? This was what I
Yeah,
was gonna say. Yeah.
I'll have all the wallets pretty much. Like I'm the only person buying.
Okay.
To be honest, even for the whitelist, I think like
Yeah.
besides like three people, um with what I did was those three people that are like trustworthy. It's like I'll give them a wallet
Yeah.
to like copy trade. They're not even getting the CA. It's just like here's the wallet that I'll buy in, like my personal one, so they'll
Right.
copy trade my wallet after that. Is what I did
Okay. Okay.
with them. But besides that, it's all literally my wallets.
So what I was going to tell you though is, once you actually develop your coin on Pump Fund itself, there's obviously the option to do a create live stream, right? And not a lot of
Mhm.
people know this, but the difference between the new live stream settings compared to how Pump was back in 2024 is it gives you
Mhm.
the ability to have access to this thing called RTMP. And what RTMP is allows you to literally use OBS, for example. It's a way to stream, either movies, games, or yourself, or whatever you may be. Streamers use it basically for free, but they use it
Yeah.
to basically connect to a specific server to stream themselves. Now, the reason why this is important to you, that means that technically speaking, right, and let's just give you a case study
Mhm.
here because I've done this several times. You can technically
Nice.
do a Zoom call, right? And you can turn the audio off where you can only they can only she can who he or she can only hear you, but
Mhm.
whenever he or she's responding is literally what's being streamed on Pump Fund. So
Mm.
theoretically, you can have someone be like the main. They call this muse. They can theoretically be the muse as if people think they are the dev because they're streaming on the dev wallet. But in reality, you're focused on essentially the wallets and the finances, and they're focused on entertaining and making people believe that this is their project. And so it could be like, for example, a 28-year-old woman, that's in a house with a rich husband, or whatever it may be. These are
Oh,
people
you
that literally are on a Zoom call and they are not necessarily having to do any type of necessary like wallets or anything that remotely has to do with money. It's just they got to be there to stream so that way you can stream them into making people think that they're the dev.
that's wild. How do you say this called? RTNP?
Yes. Let me actually pull it up on Google right now.
Nice.
It's a stream key. Your stream key. So RMTP stream key. So yeah, it's RTMP stream key. And so what happens is as soon as you generate your project on Pumpline and you click on join stream or create stream, I mean, it will on the right top side here, it'll ask you if you want to do a RTMP stream rather than just a regular
Mm.
FaceTime camera, because a lot of people don't realize that you can actually do streams. And so you just hit
Nice.
stream, and then they'll give you a login and a password right then and there on Pump, and you use that login
Nice.
and Pump to literally you can stream anywhere. Like I was actually thinking about doing some streams where I'm in Vegas, for example, and there's people out here like on the street doing performances, doing a coin right live. Like boom, that's their coin, but really I'm the one controlling it. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many
Nice.
different abilities you can do with that. Just people haven't really caught up onto it yet.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I was. It's just reminded me of that video I saw that you were with Worst 29 of the going to the Home Depot and
Yes. Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
picking people up and dropping them to a height. And
Man.
then the next video was like the Google VO3 like
Yeah.
animated version of that. Was fucking hilarious.
Thank you, man. I'm just trying to bring some more entertainment to this.
Yeah, those Google videos that you're doing are actually quite nice. I knew Google VO3 was cool, but that looks like super. Like, is it just like because of your prompting, or are you like editing after, and that's how you make them
Well,
look like that? Just like even the voices and all that is like nice.
what I do is like I download the actual Chat GTP app itself, and then it
Yeah.
allows me to have this symbiotic conversation. So what I'll do is I'll say, "Hey, chat, like, I don't really know too much about like professional VO3 prompting, so I need you to be my assistant right now. I'm gonna give you a streamlined line of consciousness of ideas, and I want you to summarize that into a professional prompt as you're gonna be my assistant and professional prompter, and
Mhm.
it's gonna be very detailed." And it says, "Okay, Warren." And so the next thing I know, I can just streamline ideas to it. Like, all right, imagine like these guys, cops come in, blah blah blah, and literally it writes everything out in prompt format for me. So then I copy that prompt and chat, bring it over to VO3, paste it, and then boom, I got my clip. And what I said is already the process of thought. So like for example, if it was like finding Ansem, I'll say like the cops came in, some black officers came in, and then there was this Mexican middle-aged man that was at the bar, and they said, "Where the fuck is Ansem?" And so everything basically comes out from a prompt just that way, so
Yeah.
it's like
I,
kind of
I I
both. But
I
yeah,
think I saw it, and then the one from Trev as well.
yeah. What I was thinking of possibly
Eh,
doing, to be honest with you, and I'm actually in the process of possibly be doing a lot of in the next few 10 to 20 days, doing a lot more remote stuff going on in the family. So I got to do some remote stuff. So I was thinking to myself, if I was to go into the trenches and actually do some like lecture live streams, I could potentially create like narratives like that Trev or like the Ansem, but those be particularly just coins. And then really at that point, people are just looking at the storyline and then just buying into it on the live stream.
yeah. That's all right. I gotta give it a try to this one. I think I'll have a guy that is like good at this type of videos and all,
Yeah.
and told him about the cat idea. He said like he already made two, but then I saw like you're pumping constantly like crazy. I was like, oh shit, I gotta try it because I for the coins, I think that's um, I think it's even how you call a video on YouTube is like how to actually shield correctly on X, and that's pretty much it. It's not like, oh, like this person is behind this coin and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, sometimes that helps, but it's just like, oh, it made me laugh, so I'm gonna buy it. Sometimes
Yeah.
I've bought coins just because like, oh, this meme is actually funny. Fuck it, I'll drop some soul and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think that's really important as well.
Yeah, and also one other thing too that you should very much keep in mind too. A lot of times, you can get away with a lot of minor, like this is what I do. Okay, you have the coals, but one thing that I would have also in a backup plan is find someone that's essentially, I can give you the tool if you need to, because I have this tool on Telegram, but there's basically tools you can look at wallets, and the wallets will determine how many copy traders are on that particular wallet. So if you can find a particular wallet that that these are the person's wallet, whether it's a coal or not, and they just have heavy people copying them, like you could look at the one wallet that has like 500 people copying it, right? Those are the
Yeah,
people you want to pay, like, hey, I'll have a deal for you. I'll pay you X, Y, and Z at this particular market just to buy my project, because they're just going to send automatically that data to that grab for you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I'll give you the tools right
yeah,
now. There's tools right here.
bro.
Yeah.
I was so I've always wanted to have something like that. I also like how do you find out like how many copy traders this person has? Because um,
Yes.
have you seen like is the famous, for example, the Gake candle on, like, everybody talks about, like, when he or she buys, like, nobody knows if like who that is.
Yeah.
When that dollar buys, like, it's like an immediate like green dildo because like it has like so many
Yes,
copy traders.
exactly. Exactly. They buy it, and it's essentially a way to shield without having to shield. If you think about it,
Yeah, exactly. That's
it's
such
like
a
the under.
cool tool.
Yeah, yeah, it's an underground handshake. So it's on Telegram. So I'm pulling it up right
Okay.
now. And also it's called Soul Squeeze, but I'll send it to you right here. But also, what it does too is if you want to squeeze some information out of the wallet, like what's the P&L rate? Is it profiting this day, or is it how long the trades are? It gives you a spreadsheet of information that
Nice.
comes along with it. But yeah, it also has another separate bot inside it too that basically will double check and see if it's being copy traded. And some people use this tool because they want to actually do the copy trading. So why would you copy trade someone that has 500 wallets, right? But in your case,
Exactly.
you would use it to bring in the FOMO.
Oh, sorry, you cut off there for a second.
Oh, I said, so in your case, you would use it to bring in the FOMO. So most people are using it for the opposite, which is they're trying to essentially copy trade because they're not devs, they're not bundling, they're just trading, right? But in your case, you can reverse engineer this particular tool for deving purposes and just use it to use wallets to buy into projects that actually have a lot of copy traders, and you can find them online on Twitter as well to be able to contact them directly.
Nice. Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that makes a lot of sense. It's like instead of shooting to like how many people, like just shoot to this guy and everybody
Yeah.
else will buy it automatically.
No,
That's
for real.
amazing.
It's like, you got like you that's the thing. Okay, so let me do you have Telegram open up at the moment?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. Let me send you this right here. Hold on, paste this here. Okay, so this is the bot. And so if you open up that bot, you should be able to I think should be able to give you a free, I think there's a trial you could use for it, but if you open that one up, Soul Squeezer, you should be able to literally paste the address, a wallet in there to be able to confirm the data and see what is attached to it.
It's it's trying to verify, but it's like being I don't know, weird. It's just stuck.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever you get a chance, check that out. I'll also send you this one too as well. This one is their like notification center as well. They'll give you more
Nice, perfect.
information. Yeah. But yeah, once you get there, you can actually analyze groups of wallets too as well. But
Okay.
what I do is that since you're using it as a dev and not as a trader to be able to communicate with these wallets, since obviously it's not like on Solana, you can, well, at least yet you can't like email wallets and shit. So, the best way to do is I'll go on Twitter first and
Yeah.
you have to use a verified check account, and you would use
Mhm.
advanced search. And within the advanced search, you can look up specific KOLs, and then you can find their wallet specifically by doing an advanced search. So if you copy and paste a specific wallet, you can find out if
Mhm.
that wallet is particularly a KOL used, and if it is, then boom, you can reach out to them and be like, "Yo, yeah, I'm a dev, blah blah blah. Like, need you to buy from this wallet at 75 market cap," because at the end of the day, they would want to. Like, if 75K market cap, that's already enough to already bonding, and prove the
Fuck
difference.
yeah,
Think about it, like
I'll do.
everyone knows, right? That 70,000 market cap usually is the time where you're like, all right, Jeets are pretty much out. The bundler came into bump fund and is really not really
Yeah,
like trying, like he's already like 4 to 5x already. So if he's not really
yeah.
like really serious and then wants to hold, then he's going to be out at 75K. So that's a good time for people to get in too if they're really trying to do a project. That's why every time these
100%. It's,
calls
it's
say,
like it's
hey,
like a good make or break. Yeah.
yeah, and that's why every single time these calls are posting on them, like I called it at 130K, but they grabbed like 25K supply from 75 to 25, but that's how it goes down.
It's wild. I tried to use this bot when I go to just like Soul Squeezer bot without the underscore. When I click on verify, it just gets stuck. But if I go on the other one, the one that is like the Soul Squeezer underscore bot,
Uh-huh.
it works.
Okay, cool.
Um, that one works. So I don't know, like, do I need the other one as well,
No,
or
you're
is there
good.
a different?
You're good. That's probably the
Oh,
same.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, nice. So there,
They have a website
okay,
too.
there.
I'm
How
gonna send
about?
you the website so that you can have that as well.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I
They've
see.
been
Like
around
they
for a
even
few
have a
years
tutorial
now.
and everything. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing with that is, like I said, that'll be kind of like if you're like in the process of like, all right, I got these KOLs, but you know what? they're thinking about probably cheating at 75. Just think of it like always like that. Think of the
Yeah.
ground as always half empty because then way you're expecting the worst, right? So if you're
Yeah.
thinking like you do a bins with them, but they're gonna cheat at 75, that's why you got that plan B right there for you. If you wanted to, unless if you wanted to, go the route, you might cheat at 60. So you know,
No, honestly, on this launch right here, it has like so many like big KOLs involved that it might be actually like a multi-million cook just because of previous coins
right,
they've sent.
right,
Like honestly, this guy books has have sent coins to like 80, 100 mil stuff like that. Like even like mostly by his team only, and this guy Maris, like the other guy that is helping with the launch.
yeah,
Um, since he's a KOL, he's gotten like so many involved.
yeah,
Like we're expecting like like at least 80 mil or something like that. So that's why the start is we wouldn't really want like any snipers or like any like
yeah.
cheating because if anything, most of the marketing will come like 1 mil.
Yeah, I
Um,
highly recommend that if you're gonna get 30%, then you might as well, and it'd be a good practice for you anyways. You might as well start
yeah,
deploying it already and get your position, get the nice looking candle, so that way you're already giving them. You know how dope would it be as a dev and how much they would love you is not only you gave them the CA, but you gave them a scan quick of like bullets. Like here's the bullets report, here's this report. Like they're like, damn,
yeah,
this is dev on. Like I'm gonna work with this guy every day.
yeah, exactly. That's
You can't do
that's
that
that's
if you
what I
just
want.
launch a project. You got to do all the work afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah,
I was bro, I love AI. Like even I was just trying to get like everything organized. Like I already did like the mixer on CoinWave and all that. Like days ago, had everything ready. Have like a spreadsheet with like every
yeah,
single wallet that is involved. Like how much soul each wallet has. Like the private key for each one. So if in case I want to like put it into Phantom and just like send Solana quickly or like the tokens to someone from there directly and all that.
yeah.
Just everything's like set proper. The other thing was like how much you recommend they buy with each wallet. Because I know, for example, like you don't want that much supply, but also
Yeah.
you don't want to have like a lot of wallets that they'll say like 2%, because then that looks like, oh, it's probably like a bot.
Well, yeah, that's what I was telling you about. Like, if you do 20 wallets and they're all like one soul each, that's going to be like 1 to 2% on each wallet, and that's going to
Yeah.
look bad on Bullocks because Bullocks is going to show like the top 20 or top 10 at over 15%. So
Mhm.
to mitigate that, we have to come in at smaller leverages. So, like for example, 0.35 to 0.75, and do that like maybe the 50 to 60 wallets spread out. That's what I'm saying is that time process in that time, if you took like, let's say for example 60 wallets, divide that by, let's say give or take for 5 minutes, time that by 5 minutes,
Mhm.
whatever it may be. And I don't know, if even if that took like 6 hours to cook up, like if you were like 97% pretty much all wallets in, green light candle up, you like nice small build up. You look at Bullocks, it's showing like top 15% under 12%. You look at Bow Maps looking clean. It's not even bought yet on
Nice.
Dex. You gotta fucking, okay, all right, here, let me just buy Dex and send it now. Or you could send the supply off, and then you can say, all right, once I buy Dex, then that's your go-to to send it because you already have the CA. That way, they're probably like, okay, great, I'm gonna buy more, and so that way I'm gonna basically compete. You're at this point now. Depending on how many people we work with over time, they're gonna just keep buying,
Mhm.
buying, 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 and then tell you to buy Dex. You know what I'm saying? So that way they know
Yeah.
how much you can hold. You know what I'm saying? They want to know if you're gonna hold on them or what. So
No, I like that idea.
it's all business.
Yeah, that's the plan because I was even thinking, like I have like this KOL group, like I can get like KOLs easy, but then like even for the people I work with, like on the utility projects, like you know what, like
Yeah,
why wouldn't we be launching coins also? I've been
I
trying to
know.
get them to migrate to SOA and all that. It's like, guys, like if we're talking about like, oh, our main token maybe it's not that good, it's a need, it's a utility project. Like right now,
Yeah,
all the attention on meme coins, and like I mean, shit, like let's fucking
yeah,
do that as well.
yeah.
That's what I'm learning all this. Like it
Yes.
makes sense. Just go where the demand is. I feel like these cycles, altcoins are the meme coins, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And also, I want you to be aware of some of the new updates that's happening on Pump to help you out in the long run. Because, for example, I didn't even know this until
Mhm.
the other day. When you do live streams, not saying that you would do a live stream, but even if you did like a situation where you had someone talk for an hour that maybe businesswoman or something, I don't know. But they do archives now. So every time you're streaming, it archives the video so people go back into the coin, whether you're bonded or not, they can see and they could be even more bullish to buy into it, especially if it's like at a high 7 million. They'll look at our pump first and they'll see this archive video of the dev talking and they'll be even more bullish to buy into it.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah,
that
before
makes
there's
sense.
no
So like,
archive videos. They just started that like literally 72 hours ago. Literally.
yeah, okay. So now like you can see if like okay, this person is not like a pre-recorded like thing and
Well, it's
just gonna
necessarily
rob
you
me.
necessarily doesn't mean that it's not pre-recorded. It just means that the trader from now that is that like for example if it's like 250K or 600K or whatever it may be, right? They at least
Yeah.
know that the dev at one point had went live on Pump and this is their footage, like this is their story, this is their testimony. You
Mm.
decide now that
Yeah.
is. There was beforehand the dev went on live, there was no archive. Like you come back, it was just like there was no video footage. You had to find it on X, and so this is a very important thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Also, like right before this call that we had,
Yeah.
I saw that Pomfon and Allen's account got suspended today.
Who?
You
What?
think Pomfon and Allen's the founder, like
Oh
both of
shit,
their
are you
accounts?
serious?
Yeah, yeah.
On
It's
X?
wild. Yeah, on X,
What?
on some people are like saying like it's the SEC or so. I think it's bullshit, but I
They
found
said
like
they're about to rug the whole entire site.
now, bro. I was like, bro, please don't let it pump and collapse. The second I'm learning how to finally
No, he's
bundle, bro.
gone.
Like I think,
Alonso, Alonso doesn't even talk shit or nothing. He just basically just got removed because of probably
yeah.
financial reasons, right?
No, but I think there was an account, I forgot the name. But there's a guy, he's like 18, and what he does is like he's been mass reporting accounts.
Uh huh.
He got Gake
Oh,
banned last week. He got another big account banned like this, like 2 days later. He was targeting Marcel as well. And he was making polls on who to um I think Trader Poe, he was also another he was going after.
that's
So he's been
crazy.
going after everybody, just like destroying their accounts because of like, oh,
Wow.
they're bad for the space. So I wouldn't be surprised if they say like, oh yeah, fuck Alan, Pumphone is an extractive tool for for the crypto ecosystem. Like I would imagine like you probably just like mass suspended, like mass reported the account and they got removed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, look at this screenshot for example. Oh yeah, Cooker was the other one. Look at this one. I'll send you a screenshot. All these accounts have been like removed, and it's just like people mass reporting them. So you have to be careful now. Like in Bloom Terminal as well, Bullets, GMGN. Um, it's obviously not like the SEC going after people. Like this is just someone butthurt that they've been getting raped in the trenches way too hard, and now they're just like going after every single like meme coin related thing.
An interesting thing that I'm seeing, now you just have a conversation with that. And by the way, I do got to get going in a second. Got an important call to
Yeah,
make.
yeah.
But I see now, if I look online, I'm looking at his account specifically on Pump. I want to go Pump. There's a dev
Mhm.
buy for 2.25%, just waiting there for somebody to take it. Like, it basically is just like it's so funny. Like people just waiting. Like it probably has a limiter let's set for like a 4x or 5x, and that's it. It's like if you're gonna take my project, then hey, fuck it, take it. That's interesting. So
That's
funny.
wild, man.
That's
Now that no,
6 minutes ago, by the way. Since we're talking, 6 minutes ago.
oh shit, let me take a look.
This shit might
And
sell for like 10.
now that you mentioned that, how much do you recommend that I do on the dev buy for this project? If I started early, um,
I think if you had anywhere between 1 and 2%, you're fine.
1 2%. Okay, dev
Yeah.
buy, and then obviously sell that right away. Well, sell that on the snipers, and then just like do
Yeah. I
the
mean,
regular the build it.
if you and all I'll do is I'll definitely record and I'll send this video over to you when we're done. But I was gonna say you can always deploy the project and then sell the dev immediately and then
Mhm.
reverse engineer it, buy them to the other wallets first, and then buy back into the dev at the very end.
Okay,
if you wanted to
Okay.
do that.
Okay, just to make it look like Dev is legit. Didn't cheat,
Yep.
and it's just like rinse
Yeah.
snipers. That
Yeah.
makes sense. On the other thing I was gonna ask you is the volume on this. Like I know we talk about like if you cook everything perfectly, you might not need the volume, um, but assuming like I was doing one, like maybe if I just do like a quick cook on like let's say this week I want to test like the bonder or something, just do like a quick one, like grab like a quick couple soul or something. If I do like a volume bot, do you recommend that I still use the one from Coinwave, or did I just switch to something like the Solana volume bot, like that's another side that you had mentioned in other videos?
Um, I would definitely, when it comes to use Coinwave is fine, but when you do that, make sure you create a
Okay.
group of wallets that specifically label them
Yes.
as volume, and make sure that there's no dev label in them, because the way that the volume bot works on Coinwave, it's pretty dope. It's nice. It's like a really nice system, but you have to
Yeah.
make sure that it's outside of your dev wallet, or your dev will continue to buy. It's like buy sell buy sell buy sell. So it's like, you don't want the dev to be doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. That looks so. Yeah, I do the groups for each of these. So like before this call, my plan was to just do like 20 wallets, which is the maximum that you can do like in the safe one, and then do like another, I don't know, like 30, 40 wallets for the second bundle and have like two bundles there. But I think I'll just go with a slow cook.
Okay.
On like it'll still be in pump fund, like like it's not gonna be that much of a high market cap by the time I'm fully in by building it slowly. So
Oh shit! The
they can
Bullocks got
still.
fucking killed too. Bullocks. That's great. I just looked at your thing you sent. That's
Well, I
crazy.
was just oh they do, oh yeah, bullets as well. I GMGN.
Bullocks is on the list. Is all
Oh yeah, bullets, Bloom Trading, GMGN, Cooker Flips,
oh shit.
Gay. Yeah, they're doing a massacre right now,
Oh my
bro.
gosh, Nuatrix got killed too. Holy shit! I know Nuatrix personally.
Yeah,
Finally,
it's
how
it's
he's so big?
nice.
Damn.
Oh, Crypto Wizard too. Oh yeah,
What happened
it's
recently? The
it's
owner
just
of
some
is a
it's just
scammer
some
now. Wow.
bots. It's
Oh.
just some massive bot reporting thing. But yeah, I was thinking I'll do the slow build up on, even if it looks like an old cook, like I can tell him like this, like yeah, like you said, like this is the bullets report, the photon report, like the top 10 is not that big.
Yeah.
Um, there's like the bundle's clean. There's no like bundle tracing at all. It's like quick. It's not like a quick pump and dump. It looks
Okay.
more organic to show, but it also will be like a low enough of a market cap that they can still send to their like Telegram groups early. Like, oh, get in this one. I've heard some good stuff about the dev, slow cook or something.
Facts.
Because 20, 30 soul is not gonna be like, I don't think, like like past 50% bonding curve.
Yeah.
Still, it's gonna be like 30, 40 something. So it's still quite attractive if all the metrics are right.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah, I
hundred
think I'll
percent.
do that.
100%. And like I said, you should just deploy prior, and that way you're never gonna harm your dollar, because you're keeping an eye on the plot on every your wallets. Like every time it comes in, small buys, slowly, surely, green charts slowly go up. If anybody comes in, just wait. And no profit coming for you. Wait,
Yeah,
that's it. That's about it. That's simple. And next thing you know it, boom, you got yourself something you can pass to a cult.
amazing. Yeah. All right. So I think that's for this scoop. I just have a quick question before we go. If I wanted to just like, let's say this week, just try to do like a quick flips, like not like any carol related, just like I've seen like you have like videos of like, let's just try to make like like one salt or so like in like a few minutes just
Yeah.
to get more familiar with the bonder or that, and just kind of go and fish for snipers and rinse
Yeah,
right
check out
after.
my
What would you
live.
recommend?
Well, first I want you to go to my live classes in the Discord. I got like over 5 hours of live classes, and then we're cooking up like anywhere from like 1 to 3 so profits on these live cookups. So I have
Nice.
I would go there first, because I'm literally in the live with the student and doing it 1-on-1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, in those videos from Discord, like you sent me the stuff from the Google Drive that worked perfectly, but then I tried to watch one from academy directly from Discord, and it said I needed to request access
Okay,
to
just send me
those.
open a ticket and give me an email, and I'll go ahead and I'll get you access. No problem.
Okay, amazing. I'll just send you the email.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Amazing.
My pleasure, brother.
Bro, it's been amazing. Thanks so much for everything. I'll let you know any updates on how this goes. Looking forward
Yes,
to it. But
absolutely.
yeah,
Keep me
so
updated.
glad.
I want to know.
Yeah, bro, I'm so glad to finally be in and
Yes,
learn how to
sir.
do, Solana trenches the way they're meant to be.
Let's fucking go. Thank you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
God bless. Bye bye now.